Okay. So good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Any doubt in the childhood stage? No. So we have successfully reached adolescent stage, isn't it? Now it's up to you to go further. So write the next heading, adolescence. Challenges of adolescence. That's a specific name given to the topic. Challenges of adolescence. Challenges of adolescence. Okay. Challenges of adolescence. No. Write down the definition for adolescence. I'll just read out. Adolescence is commonly adolescence is commonly adolescence is commonly defined as adolescence is commonly defined as the stage of life. Adolescence is commonly defined as the stage of life, the stage of life that begins, the stage of life that begins at the onset, that begins at the onset, that begins at the onset, at the onset of puberty, at the onset of puberty, comma, at the onset of puberty, comma, when sexual maturity, when sexual maturity, comma, after sexual maturity again, comma, or the ability to reproduce, or the ability to reproduce, or the ability to reproduce is attained, is attained. I'll read it once more. Adolescence is commonly defined as the stage of life. Adolescence is commonly defined as the stage of life that begins at the onset, that begins at the onset of puberty, that begins at the onset of puberty, comma, when sexual maturity, comma, or the ability to reproduce is attained, or the ability to reproduce is attained. Okay, again, that definition is self-descriptive, isn't it? It is a stage of life that we already know because we are learning the different stages of human development. After prenatal development, we saw infancy, then we learned about the childhood, and then finally we have reached adolescence now. Then next we'll see adulthood as well as old age. And it is a stage when which marks the starting of puberty. That is when an individual attains or achieves sexual maturity. That is a time when this generally when adolescence starts. Okay. And there is another important word. The term adolescence derives from the Latin word adolescere. Please, those who have the textbook, please take page number 76. For the others, I'll write it on the board. It is from the Latin word adolescence. That term is from the Latin word. And the term is adolescere. A-D-O-L Adolescere. ESCERE. Adolescere. Okay, this is the word. And it means to grow into maturity. Grow. This means to grow into maturity. To grow into maturity. So the term adolescence, that's derived from the Latin word adolescere, and which means to grow into maturity. Clear? So from that Latin word meaning itself, we can understand or we can get an idea of what adolescence would be. It is the process of growing into maturity, achieving maturity in all terms. It can be physical, it can be psychological, it can be in the ways that we think, it can be in the ways that we approach life and life circumstances, anything. So it's a transition period from childhood to adulthood, and we are growing towards maturity. That's what happens to a person in the adolescent stage. Okay. And as I told you in the previous class, unlike the other stages that we have learned till now, this stage is marked by a lot of challenges. That's why the heading is given as challenges in adolescence. Okay. So from your experiences, can you tell me or can you share with us the main challenges that you'd be facing in this, or any individual would be facing in this stage of development? What are the different concerns? What are the different challenges that one faces? Abhiram, are you all right now?
Yes, ma'am, I'm all right.
Yes. If I keep on telling about the features, it will be too boring. That's why I'm asking points from you. And again, most of the points you're aware of, I think. What are the concerns? What are the major challenges of adolescence? Again, you are in that point of life, isn't it? You're in that stage of development. So what are the concerns that you have about your life right now? Open mic.
Depression.
Depression? Seriously, Abhijit?
Ma'am, I used to have, no, not now.
Not now. Now you're all right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. After sessions, if you want counseling sessions, come to me.
Now, okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Last year.
Last year. Okay. And how did you manage? Would you like to share?
Ma'am, I shared it with my mother. Then she made me all right. Like that.
Okay, fine. What were the symptoms that you had?
Ma'am, I didn't wanna talk to anyone. And but I was not active, like always.
And you didn't like to do any activity? Were you sitting
No.
idle?
Yes, ma'am, I was sitting alone.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Happy that you can share it and you have come out of it. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Then. Initially, I thought he was simply telling. That's why I showed a surprised expression. Then. What are your concerns? Even if it is simple concern, tell me. Or tell us. We'll discuss in the class. Fact that you're smiling and nodding means you're thinking about something. Unmute and speak.
We eat more.
That's your concern? That should be your parents' concern, isn't it?
Marks
Yes,
of the
Kevin?
coming exam.
Marks of the coming exams. Yes. Why are you bothered about the marks? Why are marks so important for you? Have you thought of that? Devika? What is this hype about getting good marks in the class or the exams? You have a reason for doing it, isn't it? Or is it because everybody does so? No? You haven't thought of it, or are you not able to put it into words? Okay, okay, relax and think. Any other point? Hmm. I don't want to call out your names. That's why I'm giving open chances. Just tell your own points. What are the problems that you face? What are your major worries and concerns? Or if not you, what do you think your friends have or friends are concerned about? They're also belonging to your same stage, isn't it? Adolescent stage. So, what are the concerns that your friend might have shared with you? Or maybe your elder brother or elder sister might have shared some of the points from their of some of their experiences from their adolescent stage. Or maybe your father or mother might have shared their experiences when they were an adolescent. Speak. What was the first thing that you were concerned about when you woke up in the morning today?
I'm getting on time for class.
Okay. Being punctual. Then, when did you have the first hour?
8:30 first period.
8:30 first period. Okay. All right. Then, other concerns. What do you think the most? Think about the most? Or whom do you think about the most? I'm keeping on asking questions. I can see several facial expressions also. Tell me something. I gave you options. If not about you, tell me about your siblings or maybe your parents or maybe your peer group. Go on. Should I start calling out names now? Unmute and speak. No.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
ma'am, some things are our concerns, right?
What things?
Ma'am, like the attraction towards the opposite gender.
Yes, that is one concern. Is that a concern for you? At times.
Most of the times.
Most of okay. Then come on, children, open up.
Pimples.
Pimples, yes. One of the major concern, pimples. Adolescent stage pimples and adolescent stage are no match. All right, then. Amal Roshan is showing least concern pimples. Isn't it, Amal? Okay, then.
I'm growing properly.
Growing properly in terms of height and weight and everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
Body build.
Yeah, so if
Yes,
your height
body
is like
structure.
shorter than someone else, then that's a concern.
Yes, I can really relate to that. And then
Voice changes.
Voice changes, yes. And if voice doesn't change, that is also a concern, isn't it? People will say there is some problem with you. Yes. If that happens to anybody that you know or yourself, just tell yourself and the others, everything will happen the time allotted to it. Don't worry. Okay. Then,
Ma'am, does oversleeping count?
what? Your voice is breaking. What did he say?
He said oversleeping.
Oversleeping. Might be because, yeah, I heard oversleeping. Yeah, for some, yes, it is. Eat, sleep, repeat schedule. Then, like, just imagine if you are in adulthood, maybe in the middle adulthood. I heard you, Abhiram. The whole class will be heard. Abhiram? Fun. Okay, now imagine you're in middle adulthood, okay, or in late adulthood, so that you have your own family to look after, you have so many responsibilities, you have your job, and all those responsibilities over your head. Okay, will you be able to follow this eat, sleep, repeat routine? Most probably not, isn't it? It's very unlikely that you can do it. Yes, so you're not or I can say you are escaping from the responsibilities of adulthood, or you are not yet reached till that stage. So because of that, you can easily have your own time with your friends, maybe alone, or maybe with someone special, or if you choose to be with the family, then the family or your cousins and so on. But it won't be the same in the adulthood. So there are no much responsibilities in the adolescence as compared to adulthood. You have your own responsibilities, I agree, but as compared to adulthood, it's less. Then, what are the other features and concerns? Think from all the dimensions: the physical, the psychological, emotional, socio emotional, cognitive, everything. No need to search the textbook. Think from your experience. Yes, Mary?
Ma'am, nothing to say.
Nothing to say because I have everything in my mind. The fact that you're not speaking up, that is also one point of adolescence. We learn that in the coming up portion. Why are you not, or what is inhibiting you from speaking up or expressing your things? I'll give you another example. In a house, there are two children, not two children, two individuals. One is in the childhood, one is in the adolescent stage. Okay. And when the parents were not there, these two did some or the other mischief and then broke some, maybe an imported flowers. And when the parents came in, both of them were beaten up by the parents. Okay, both of them got beaten up by the parents. And who was more likely to cry in front of the parents or the rest of the family members?
Child.
The child.
The child. Is that your point? Everybody's point? Yes? Anybody who says that the adolescent will stand and cry in front of the family members? No, not likely, isn't it? Either they'll go to their own room and then cry if they want, or they'll try to control themselves. Yes? And maybe in the shower or in the room or late at night when they are going to sleep, they usually cry. You might have experienced. Even I have experienced. Yes? But the child is not bothered about how the others are going to evaluate, or will I feel shameful in front of the others if I cry or express my emotions, isn't it? Yes. So that is also very striking difference between the two stages, between childhood and adolescence, because you are growing towards adulthood. You're in that transition period. Okay, you have not become completely emotionally, physically, physiologically, psychologically mature, but you're in the process of maturation. Okay, that's holding you from expressing your emotions completely out to others. Yes, there are inhibitions in you. Okay, then. So self-control is also one major factor. If you can actually control yourself, you'll grow into very, for men, we say gentleman. That's how you make. And you'll make a very good personality if you follow that. Then, formation of an identity. Yes, that is also an important factor. Who am I? What am I? What are my needs? Or what are my strengths? Then, what are my weaknesses? You're exploring all that in the adolescent stage. What are you good at? What are you really bad at? Yes. And when you were in LKG or UKG, you would go for dance, music, sports, everything, isn't it? Parents will send you for each and every competition that's happening in the school. It's not necessary that you will win in all the competitions. But when you're an adolescent, or when you are in the late childhood, or when you enter adulthood, you understand what are your strengths and weaknesses. So if you are really bad at dancing, will you go for participation in dance competition? Obviously not, because you know you have explored your weaknesses, your own strengths. So with that, you can decide what is to be done, what is not to be done. Okay, so that also happens in adolescent stage. Similarly, think of other dimensions. That's why I told you to think from a cognitive perspective, the physiological aspects, the pimples that we discussed just now. Who told about pimples? Malavika, right? That's a physiological aspect. It happens in the as a part of our body. Then the body structure changes. Yes, when sexual maturity is achieved, that is when the adolescent reaches puberty, then the body shapes, then as you told, the voice, then facial hairs, pubic hairs, all these growths happens, isn't it? Then what else? The attraction towards the opposite sex. Kevin told about that point. That would be a part of which development? Is it cognitive, physiological, or socio-emotional? Which section would it be? Or which dimension?
Socio-emotional.
Socio-emotional. Yes, good. Then any other point? Emmeline, do you have a point? No. Amal Roshan? Yes. What is the thing that you're worried about the most in this stage of development? Amal? Elsie, you went to hide. Alina?
Ma'am, can I?
You have no worries. Okay, yes, Emmeline.
How people think about us?
How people, not how, what people think of us, isn't it? How is other people's concern? What other people think of us will concern you. Yes, if I speak this or if I tell this point, will the others evaluate me on that point? Or if I say my opinion, will that be right or wrong? If I am wrong, will they judge me based on that? This happens not only in our opinions, not only in the expression of our emotions, but also in the dressing style also, isn't it? Like this is a time when you're very much concerned about your dressing. Most of the time is spent in front of the mirror. Yes. Yes, I can see you smile. So obviously you can relate to it. You spend a lot of time grooming yourself. You try to choose your clothes. Maybe you have been following the dress styles that your parents have taught you. From adolescent stage, you'll either choose to follow the same or you'll choose to change it and adopt some other dressing styles that your friends follow. Might be because of peer group influence. Okay, so there are a heap of factors to be discussed in this. And what are the risk factors in adolescence? What are the risks involved? Or what are the problems that you might get into in this stage of development? Don't tell me that you don't know that.
Can
Ma'am, being
influence or
misled.
pressured.
Gibberish. Kevin said being misled. I heard that. Abhilash?
Can be easily influenced or pressured by others.
Yes, your opinions, your values can easily be changed by the others, especially your peer group. Okay, and by peer group, we mean the individuals who are of the same age as you. But right now, in the current scenario, we can say that the adolescents, they have close relationship with even people of other ages, maybe 5 or 6 years elder than them, or maybe 5 or 6 years younger than them. If they have close relationship, if they have close contact, if they are in the close friend circle of the person, then obviously we can say that they are belonging to the peer group. Okay. In the earlier days, the peer group meant just one thing: people or individuals who belong to the same stage of development or same age. Okay. Yes. Then what are the other risk factors? Easily misled, easily influenced by the others, especially peer group. Then
Unhealthy relations.
unhealthy relationships. And what is the term that we use now? A very trending term.
Toxic relationships.
Toxic relationships. It's highlighted in most of the films that are releasing now, isn't it? Toxic relationships. Yes. Then what else? Have you heard of substance abuse?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What is it, Kevin?
Ma'am, it's adolescents using illegal substances
Only
for their
adolescents
own.
engage in substance abuse.
Yes, ma'am, for their own satisfaction.
Only people who belong to adolescent stage will engage in substance abuse.
Ma'am, no, generally all ages, but then
Hmm.
specifically in this time,
Yeah,
adolescents.
there are chances that you increase substance abuse. Substance abuse means it can be any substance that you use not unwantedly. I can say it's not in a prescribed form. Drug abuse, alcohol abuse, everything comes under this substance abuse. I'll tell you another example. The paracetamol that we take. For every now and then, for each and every reason, we take paracetamol, isn't it? Even if it is headache, even if it's stomach ache, even if it's a throat pain, even you have a small higher temperature than usual, you go and take a paracetamol. Take a tablet. Maybe if you're worried, you'll take even 2, which is very dangerous, isn't it? So you again, that is also a substance. It's one of the drug. All the medications that we use, all the medicines that we that the doctors prescribe, they are also drugs, some form of drugs, and some are very much addictive in nature too. Okay, so substance abuse means the misuse and the other things also comes under this, but it's slightly different. Misuse means not using in the proper form. Abuse means using it continuously so that you get addicted to it. Understood. Yes. So alcohol abuse, you might start it as just because of your curiosity, or maybe because of the peer influence, but it has the capability to become addictive, make you an addict. Then again, drug abuse, all the types of drugs. And then the smoking, that is one method, just one method of using a drug, tobacco especially. So all these comes under substance abuse. That is also one major risk factor in this. Then have you gone through this stage? Like you feel that nobody understands you. Only you can understand your situation. Only you can, know about yourself. Even if you express your emotions or express your opinions to somebody, they can't get it completely. Only you can understand yourself better. Have you felt that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. That is also one highlight of this adolescent stage. Okay. And finally, when you reach adulthood stage, you'll feel there is no need that nobody else would understand. Me, myself is more than enough to understand me. Okay. I hope everybody reaches that maturity. Then. And you won't even have time to, think and conflict yourself with this. Okay. Then another factor is the crimes that you engage in. Have you heard of juvenile homes? Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
When adults do a crime, they will be sent to prison, or we call it jail. But when a minor does it, that is when usually adolescents or the people in childhood stage does it, they're sent to juvenile homes. Okay. So we discussed a topic, I think in the last section of this portion, delinquency, juvenile delinquency. It's given in page 79. That is also another risk factor. It means the crimes that the juveniles engage in. It can be just a small stealing, pickpocketing. Can be less severe as that, and it can be very severe, like the murder. Okay. Then have you heard of vandalism? Vandalism? Anyone?
Can you repeat that one?
Vandalism. 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 That is usually referred to as what do you call? Causing destruction to somebody else properties. It can be anything that the person owns, like a vehicle, a house, and as simple as a pen or maybe a table. Have you seen children, I mean especially adolescents, drawing on the table? Even if it is a newly painted one, they have a tendency to scribble on it, especially with compass and pens and all. That is also one small form of vandalism. Okay. Yes. If you had, that table was at your home, you had earned it. Suppose you are in adulthood stage, you have earned so much of money, and you have imported one table made of special wood, maybe teak or something. And you have designed it, and it's a very beautiful one. And if somebody comes and does that to you, how would you feel? Abhilash is cursing or what?
We
No.
don't like.
We don't like. And would you yourself do it on the table that you have earned and bought? Obviously not, isn't it? So it'll be the same for the people who are buying that and placing that on the place. Okay, so vandalism comes under delinquency itself. We'll discuss that when we see that portion. Then another point is you'll feel like running away from home. That is also one factor. Like you feel like you want more independence. You feel like you want to separate yourself and then maybe stay with your friends, spend more time with your friends. And in delinquency, we'll discuss one point where some children, they again take these cash, maybe steal from somebody, and then they say that they are going to school, and then finally they escape into some other place. Okay, that is also one problem seen in this. And finally, when the money is over, they'll have to come back, or they'll have to beg or find some other illegal means. Yes.
I don't like this new generation students because in the news I heard that 10th he got 10th standard full A plus, then he do crime to make more money. That is not that. We should give a awareness to child. Don't do these types of crime.
Yes, that's true. And again, one major thing that the adolescents hate. Can you name one term? What is that you hate the most in the adolescent stage?
Advice.
Advice, isn't it?
But I didn't hate the advice because if you
Amal Roshan
give,
is always special,
if
isn't it?
everybody gives advice, I will listen to them. We respect the elder one. We
Yes.
should do good to the society.
Yes, very good. That means you have good values now itself. You're reaching that maturity very fast. Okay. But especially the individuals who enter the stage of adolescence, they don't have this maturity. When one person comes to advise, they'll run up. Even I have experienced. I'm not telling that I'm a very special person just because I learned psychology. Even I have felt that. And I, along with my sister, we hate family functions. I mean, we used to hate family functions. Right now, because of the pandemic, we are longing to go for a family function. That is true. But still, in the earlier days, obviously we hated that because most of the aunties and uncles will come and give their the so-called advices. Yes. But the thing is, we have tried to accept the good things in those advices. Like they may be talking about some career options. It's from one of my neighbor's cousin that I learned about psychology. Till then, I didn't know that there was a course in psychology. Okay. Yeah. So it's our choice to accept the good things and then leave the other things from the next year. That's it. Okay. Any other point that you want to discuss? That's it. Okay, then we'll see the points from the textbook. So take page number 76. Malavika, can you read?
Yes, ma'am.
Challenges of adolescence.
The term adolescence derives from Latin word adolescere, meaning to grow into maturity. It is transitional period in person's life between childhood and adulthood. The adolescence is commonly defined as the stage of life that begins at onset of puberty, when sexual maturity or the ability to reproduce is attained. It has been regarded as a period of rapid change, both biologically and psychologically.
Yes, a period of rapid change. Underline that. It is a period of rapid change. I told you it is a transition from childhood stage to adulthood stage. So there are rapid changes happening in the adolescent stage. Okay, continue.
Though the physical changes that take place during the stage are universal, the social and psychological dimensions of adolescent experiences depend on the cultural context.
Okay, what is just a minute, Malavika. What is universal? The physical development is mostly universal. That is the change of voice. Then we learn about secondary sexual characteristics in both males and females. We'll come to that point after seeing this paragraph, and that is universal all around the world. It's more or less the same. Okay, then the growth of facial hair, that is the mustache, the beard, for in males. Then in personal areas, in pubic hair growth, that is also universal in both males and females. Okay. Yes, continue. So physical is universal. Psychological, socio-emotional, and all those things might be different according to different contexts, different cultures, different people. All right.
For example, in cultures where the adolescent years are viewed as problematic or confusing, the adolescent will have very different experiences from someone who is in a culture where adolescent years are viewed as beginning of adult behavior and therefore undertaking responsible tasks. Although most societies have least a brief period of adolescence, it is not universal across cultures.
Yes, we cannot say that the adolescence development is the same in all the cultures. Like not the physical one. I told you physical is universal, but the other part, socio-emotional, cognitive, and all those things depends on the culture and also the context in which the person lives in. So for example, in Western cultures, when the individual reaches an age of around 15, they have the right to choose their path in life. Like they can move to another house and then what do you call? They can live independently. And the parents are also agreeing that. But in Indian culture, it's totally different, isn't it? Even when people reach age 25 and 26 years of age, they still live under the guidance of parents. They are very much dependent on parents. We have seen that. Yes, that happens in Indian cultures, most of the Indian cultures. So it's very important to consider the context in which the person lives in to understand the whole development, especially in adolescence development also. All right. So we have one more hour today, no? We have one more class. Yes. In that we'll discuss physical development. All right then. Any doubt? We have just started a small paragraph, and most of the points coming in the section we have already finished discussion, and most of the points you already know. So it'll be much easier to teach also from my side. Okay, then we'll see in the next. Just a minute. Let me mark the attendance. Thank you.